I know, but the Happy still has a chance of winning. The next map is going to be Crossfire. As you hear, that countdown has just hit 0. The match is now loading. It's going to be Liquid Haypro versus Happy Game 2 on the first match of the day here at Summer DreamHack 2011. In the top left position, we have the superhero star Zerg Swede, Liquid Haypro. And in the bottom left, the man that makes you wish that every Terran unit got a nerf, the ladder superstar, Happy.
And Happy's had quite a lot of decent results online. I mean, he's won multiple ESL Cups, multiple Competitive Cyborg Cups, all these different online grinding sessions, you could say. He wins a lot of them. He has the patience to sit down in the comfort of his bedroom playing game in, game out, and does get a lot of results there. Not really any StarCraft 2 LAN experience, but as I did mention yesterday, he did have a ton of Warcraft 3 LAN experience and was quite successful within that game. And can he continue that trend as he moves into StarCraft 2? And as you said, this map is going to be Crossfire. Slightly, well, it kind of depends on the style. A lot of people like to go ahead and be like, all right, this is Terran favored against Zerg here. But, I mean, if we see the likes of July Zerg, the way he plays here, using flanks and counterattacks, abusing the multiple pathways on this map to get around and get position on the Terran opponent, it can basically go either way.
Yeah, I mean, the counterattack paths are absolutely the core aspect of this map. I mean, you just imagine Happy trying to move down here to the south end. Well, then from the left comes in a bunch of Mutalisks and Zerglings to the natural expansion. And you know, Haypro is well known for being a big counterattacker on this map, played a crazy series with TLO, managing to pull a miraculous win. So I'm excited for Haypro to get the opportunity to showcase some of that late game decision making. And I also wanted to note for all of you who are tuning in live on the internet right now, thank you so much for waking up early or in the middle of the night if you're in America to join us with these matches today. If you're having any trouble with lag, definitely set it to one of those lower quality settings, as this is streaming in almost full HD, so most internets cannot handle it as much as we would love it for that to be the case. And ooh, a bunker rush coming up for Happy.
Yeah, this one Marine, actually the drone gets by, and we'll see it's just a little bit of pressure from one barracks. He shouldn't really be pulling any more drones off than just 1 or 2. He doesn't really want to overreact. The reason why that bunker is there, just to force drones to come off. He can easily cancel it. And the factory is going to go down. It looks like we'll be most likely seeing the reactor factory. Happy, loving that style, using Hellions to harass and keep the Zerg army from building up fast. And actually one drone, does get away. But still, a lot of harassment here. More drones having to be pulled off. This one Marine causing a lot of damage here for Haypro.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Hero Marine getting a kill. Can he get 2 under his belt? Is this bunker going to finish?
What?
Oh my god. Happy doing a better 1 racks bunker rush than most people do 2 racks bunker rushes.
This is crazy. And Happy's going to take full advantage of this and go ahead and build a second bunker. This was no by any means designed. An Overlord as well.
He loses an Overlord. The bunker is going to fall. But, I mean, Happy doing way more damage than is actually fair.
All right, Sean. 6 drones, 1 Overlord from 1 barracks pressure.
And I mean, we're seeing in the units lost tab seems somewhat equal, but what Happy is way ahead is time. Look at this Hellion. Almost done. Happy is very, very likely going to get a super early lead. He just has to make sure he finishes his own supply depot. We see that he's supply blocked as well.
And Hellions are coming out now. 2 are on the map, and he can do a lot of pressure here, forcing... He's going to have to force a lot more units to be made. We just have the 1 Spine Crawler, the second Queen not even being made yet, the first one being forced to pull down to block the ramp. And Happy's just even going to go ahead and play completely standard, get his expansion up from here. And let's see how much damage these Hellions can do to the economy of Haypro, because last game they were so efficient in the early stages.
I mean, I'm almost speechless. Haypro just now getting that second Queen up. 1 Spine Crawler there, but Happy... I mean, Happy is so good with these Hellions. I mean, almost always this completely shuts down that sort of Hellion pressure, but Happy's still trying to be aggressive and poke. This is a very solid opening, but as we saw in last game, despite all the amazing little tricks going on from Happy, I mean, Haypro was able to eventually hold down, and there's a disco party going down on this map, the Apollo.
Oh wow, they're
Just dance.
breakdancing on that higher ground there.
Slash
Look
dance.
at that. Slash dance.
On the Hellions, almost hit enter, but of course I am a ref, would not want to interrupt the gameplay with things that don't matter.
That'd be so funny if you just type slash dance in the middle of the game.
Oh no, the Hellions! Oh!
2. Oh!
Oh! And will they get up the ramp? No, they leave only losing one Hellion.
Wow.
It might be reason to dance again, Diapollo.
And literally, when you get up to 6 Hinds like that, it's almost as powerful as Blue Flame. Just a couple of hits from 6 Hinds are going to take down a line of drones very easily. And Haypro being forced to build even more drones now. 10 drones just do pop out, but no units at all. He's only got 2 Queens, a handful of Slowlings, and 2 Spinecles to defend against this. And as you can see, that didn't work out too well for him there. Happy has got his expansion up and running. Will Smikey pick that up now? Yeah, it's going to pick it up, move that down to that natural, and just continue with his build. And this Hellion has done more than just kill drones. It slowed him down so much that this push from Happy that's going to come with 2 or 3 siege tanks is going to be so harder than usual because he doesn't have enough units there. And I mean, what speed is only at 30% done, doesn't have a Roach Warrant, has no signs of going to layer yet. So this is going to be quite dangerous for Haypro. He's really far behind already.
So we do see that second gas getting added. Oops, Happy with an uncharacteristic misclick, taking a little bit of damage. And I mean, Haypro does see the expansion going down. And you know, a lot of times you'll see that classic mistake of when you get a lead trying to close it off early. But what Haypro really does not want to see is exactly what Happy's doing. More bases going down. Happy looks like he is getting slightly faster starport than last game. Let's see if he gets a slightly faster combat shield as well. There's another scan. That's actually an interesting move by Happy to put a scan there. I'm not so sure how much I like that.
Well, he picked off a creep tumor, which is kind of important because it wasn't a dead creep tumor. It was one that was still active as well, which did help out a bunch because he's just controlling, kind of containing Haypro within this base, not being able to get any decent creep spread, which is going to be harder for his Lings to engage into any form of army. And soon enough, we'll most likely see once... Oh, he's got supply capped a little bit. As you can see, 3 supply depots in the production tab. Having not getting supply capped, he could have pushed out a little bit sooner and could have regained this higher ground. And once he gets that higher ground above that natural of Haypro, it's going to be pretty hard to defend.
I mean, just as I was saying earlier, Happy's able to make that Hellion harassment work so well at the start in ways that other players cannot. But that supply block that Happy did, that can be enough to make a push that would have worked suddenly come just 30 seconds too late when your opponent gets a key number of Banelings, Mutalisk, or any other type of hardcore power unit. I mean, Happy could have potentially thrown away some early aggression opportunities. We'll have to push it to late game, but right now it looks like Happy is getting cornered, has to pull back, has to get into a good position. Oh, Haypro with a nice surround.
And I'm looking at the in-game time now, 11 minutes, 10 seconds. This is late. The Spire's only just started. You know, Mutalisk pop out around 11 minutes before, and it's only just started now. That is how far he is behind. We're looking at 1 minute, 2 minutes behind than usual.
Whoa.
And this push is going to be so deadly. The Spire, he's only got Lings, and if he can get good siege tanks up, how can Lings even decide to combat this? And this is going to be very hard. We do have a lot of Lings in production. He's going to have to get a decent flank off to try to combat this. And now Happy surging up here with this 1 medevac, 3 tanks and a handful of Marines.
And the combat shield going to be done in 5 short seconds. Queen immediately takes some damage. Baneling's just now finishing, but we see that there is no speed done. Happy sees the advantage he's at. Going to pick off a Baneling, not scared at all. More Banelings trying to move forward, but no, going to get annihilated, and Happy might win with a beautiful, beautiful push.
And in comes the flank from behind. A bunch of Zerglings. Tanks do see it, though. Can he get the Marines there to help defend against it? Everything from Haypro's coming in. If he defends this, he can, but he can't. And it looks like Happy will continue the assault onto the natural, and Haypro looking in really bad situations right now.
Uh-oh. Kind of a lot of stim, 15 health on a lot of those Marines, but the hatch will fall.
Wow.
Liquid Haypro in a rough spot. Broodlings try to arrive. There's another scan to pick off those creep tumors, but really none remain.
No centrifugal hooks is only just about to be completed. No Mutalisk in production at all. And this is not looking too good for him. He's only got a handful of Lings now. Drones getting shot down by tanks. Big hit on the drones. Wow. Oh my god, Happy is even just going to go ahead and take a 3rd base while doing all this. And I really can't see a way that Haypro can even come back into this one from here.
But Haypro, he ain't a quitter. 9 Mutalisks coming out. Going to try to do some magic with those, but Happy now finds another place to attack, and wow, that is some amazingly strong decision-making. He's going to pull these units back and join up with this extra bunch of army.
Oh no. 1-1 being upgraded for these Marines now, and there's quite a lot of Marines. With the, 3 Medivacs now, I have no idea how 7 Mutalisks and these Lings are going to be able to defend against this. He's just going to move all the way up to that top left position, go kill that hatchery, and Haypro has to defend it. If he loses this, there's definitely no way he can come back now. Banelings are morphing. Will this attack be able to get up there before these Banelings morph, though?
I mean, we've seen a big turnaround with some Baneling bombs before. Happy already marching up. Does he see him? There's the stim. Oh, the tanks are trapping everything. Oh! Haypro!
Defends!
An amazing defense, but he has to be careful. That expansion is not safe yet, but Lings arrive in time. Target fire, not enough. Haypro puts himself back on the map, perhaps temporarily, but right now the food count is even.
The drone count's the most disgusting part of that unit tab. 26 drones now versus 50. 33 pop out now, so we're looking at 34 altogether, but 1-1 Marine's about to finish, and if he can get this Planetary Fortress up in time, it looks like he will. There's going to be no way for... Oh, Mutalisks do come in. As I was saying, there will be no way for him to harass this third base of Happy. Now the Planetary Fortress is up, so we're looking at 3 bases versus 2. Well, the 2, but can you even call it 2? Because only 1's really saturated.
Yeah, I mean, a handful of drones there. I mean, Haypro gonna hit any point of vulnerability that he can, but Happy now getting 1-1, stimming, moving in, and oh no, oh, Haypro.
1, 2, 3.
Does not manage to get that remaining Mutalisk, and you know, I mean, this is a great example of how to play when you have a lead. It's kind of interesting to note, one of the hardest things to actually do in StarCraft 2 is to finish a game once you've done a pretty strong lead, a pretty strong blow to your opponent. But Happy, we're seeing, play very calmly, wait patiently for a big army, and he is not going to try to win too quickly at all, because the longer he waits, the longer his income rate will be way ahead of his opponents, so the bigger his army will end up being. And now here comes a very solid push, 1-1 Marines, 4 tanks, medevacs with a lot of energy.
He knows he's ahead, and that's why he continued to go for, to try and just get Haypro to leave the game. But Haypro kept defending, and it was kind of just hurting Haypro. But hold that thought, though, counterattack does get into the main, and it's going to get a tank and be able to get a lot of these tech labs and reactors. But Haypro with a commanding army to the north.
We've seen some amazing counterattacks, pull off wins like this before. Haypro might be wise just to sack this expansion, pray for some strong burrows. Does manage to take out a good amount of SCVs. We see in the workers kill tab, Happy is light years ahead in this worker count. We also see, though, that the top left expansion is going down right now for Liquid Haypro. Amazing, amazing push by Happy. And the counterattack is slowly dwindling for the Zerg.
Banelings on the roll. They are rolling back and forth on this natural. And does he have Burrow? He does have Burrow. So if he could set up some form of borrowed Banelings and then come in with Mutalisks afterwards, he could very well clean up once again. But still, the economy of Haypro in shambles. 33 versus 52. Work count at the moment. But here come the borrowed Banelings. Scan on top anyway. And GG.
Oh, and there's a good
before
game.
They even get there.
When the scan arrived, Haypro knew he was going to have a hard time finishing that army off. But you know what? I'm quite impressed with the way Happy showed the difference between Game 1 and Game 2. I mean, Happy doing relentless attacks in both circumstances, but in Game 2, we saw that if Happy can get that little teensy edge, such as with those Blue Flame Hellions, or with that, or excuse me, the regular Hellions, or with a Bunker Rush, he can swing way far ahead.
And Haypro needs to work on his early game a little bit, I think. He's just not really defending against... Well, I can't believe he got so much damage just by that one bunker and a couple of Marines. That is so... I mean, we're looking at July Zerg yesterday. hatchery first versus Thorzane on
Yeah.
Shakur's Plateau, and we have 2 barracks, full marine pressure, and he defends with a few drones. And Haypro couldn't do that versus 1 Rax, which is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
And he needs to work on that. And then the follow with the Hellions really putting him far behind in that game.
Well, I mean, it's one of those mistakes that could potentially make Haypro look bad, but, you know, to defend that maneuver he did, you always want to pull off as few drones as possible. If you're up against a 2 Rax, maybe 6, 7, 8 drones seem reasonable, but if you're up against a 1 Rax, just maybe 3 or 4 should suffice, because if you pull off 8 drones, the 1 Raxer sees it and says, all right, cool, I've won, and then retreats.
Job done.
Has done so much damage by making those 8 drones not mine. So Haypro, interestingly, underestimating how strong Happy's micro is and how quick that bunker timing was, means that we are now going into a game 3